So we got the Goat Bowler. It's collabed with Storm, making the new Journey bowling ball. So we got the Goat Bowler's bowling ball with one of the goats of basketball, Kevin Durant. So we're gonna see how this ball kind of compares on a dead fresh condition. This is completely fresh lanes. Let's see how it goes.
All right, Durant's gone, but we still have Kyle King coming in to replace him. Pretty good bowler. Testing the new Journey. Let's see how it looks.
Let's see where it does. We're just gonna throw it in the same spot. Hopefully throw it just as good as that first one. We'll go from there. A little miss. Okay. Good sign. So this Journey features the Fate core in it. It's got the first ever edition that I'm aware of the pearlized version of the Phase 2 cover. I believe that is the TX16 cover. If I remember correctly on the numbers, don't quote me on that. But we're gonna have a couple other balls compared to. This next shot, I'm gonna move a few boards left because I feel like this ball is better at shaping the whole lane than necessarily going straight. So we're gonna move a little bit left and kind of open up the lane for you.
Cool.
Let's move about 5. Just go 5. Make sure we get through it. Should be pretty good. Okay.
Well, 3 for 3.
Not too bad, not too bad. A little bit firm with my speed, but yeah, I think this ball's pretty good. I mean, the cover stock on it's really, really strong, but it's got features a pretty high RG, but with a strong differential in it still. So ball wants to get down in the mid lane, and it really reads the mid lane a lot for me. So it kind of gives me a little bit of renditions of the original Zen when it was first out. So that's actually gonna be one of the balls we're gonna compare it to.
Kyle, do you think this is a ball that you're going to do what you just did with commonly? Like you think you're going to move right, throw it harder, or is this a ball that you're more likely to move left and try and hook it with me?
The beauty of having a unique core like this one is that when the front part of the lane kind of goes, you kind of want those higher RG bowling balls in your bag. So this will be kind of one of those things where I think it can be useful for me to get on top of the dirt a little bit and fan it with my hand a little bit, keep my speed up. I think it will give me something like that because it isn't the flippiest ball I've ever drilled because the cover stock's so strong. It just really reads the mid lane. So when you get in the front of the lane, is really kind of cooking for you, but you still need something strong in the mid lane. This seems like it would be a really good option for you.
Cool. One more with the Journey, and then we'll switch balls.
Yeah.
See if we can go 5 for 5.
5 for 5. It's tough. All right, so we've gone 5 right. We've gone 5 left. So we typically want to go another 5 left. So we'll try 10 left off the original shot. We'll see if we can get this one to do it.
And I would assume throwing it a little slower?
Quite a bit slower, I think, yeah. A little bit slower, a little more axis rotation, maybe a little more catch.
Five for 5, 4 different spots. Who needs...
I feel like BELMO right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting feeling.
Who needs Durant when you got Kyle King?
We need more than just Durant right now.
yeah, you're not lying. We definitely need more than Durant. So tell us what we're comparing to.
Oh yeah, so we're going to compare it to...
Just the layouts a little bit.
Yeah, so I'll get you all the layouts real quick here.
So we got a Zen, pretty tall pin.
Yeah, they've all got tall pins on. This is kind of one of my favorite layouts.
So same layout as the Journey. Cool. Which one are we checking first?
We'll check the original Zen first, considering how much I really like that ball.
Okay.
So
going back to the original starting point, or?
Yeah. We're just going to throw it right on top of where we started, and we'll throw a shot maybe a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left of it.
Okay.
Same spot as the original. Let's see what it does.
So first thought, you saw that. What do you feel like the subtle differences are? Obviously, they both strike.
Yes, so smoother. For me, the Zen picks up a hair sooner. It's a little bit overall smoother than the Journey for me. Like I kind of said before, this feels like the new rendition of the Zen for me. It's got a lot in the mid lane. The Zen had a lot in the mid lane too, but the core is going to be a lot earlier, and the cover stock's right around the same strength level. So the prediction would have been that the Zen would be a little bit earlier, a little bit smoother, but you kind of see there it didn't quite come off the dry as hard as the Journey did.
And you think that is inherent to the design intent of the ball and not necessarily the extra games on the Zen?
Correct, yeah, because this Zen is actually brand new. So okay. Yeah, Like this game, this has got probably like 3-4 games on it. So I really was able to get a good idea between the two by able to comparing them as fresh as they are. And for me, the Zen just naturally is just that little bit sooner. You can just see it rev up a little quicker, but they both roll really good. So.
Okay, let's see one more with the Zen.
Yeah. We're gonna move 5 left with it. All right, so this is 5 left. Get a little bit less speed on it. Okay.
First thoughts on that?
Yeah, first miss, I think.
Yeah.
But this is good though. This is good because as you can see, that ball was gliding through it and wanted to pick up, but it didn't want to go quite as much as like the Journey did. The Journey really kind of got off the spot a little bit. That shot was a little rolly for me for what I was trying to do, but you can kind of see the little bit of differences there that ball is going to be a lot smoother, so it might not recover as far to the right. Typically, the weaker the ball is or that gets down the lane a little bit more, we'll have more reaction back there to be able to get it to recover.
Okay, and now we want to try with the other ball that we're testing against.
The Hustle
Rip.
Hustle Rip. So interesting choice with this ball. Part of the reason I chose this ball is because it's kind of close to the high RG as the Journey is, but I also kind of wanted to see, is it the RG that makes the Journey kind of get down the lane and kind of have that reaction, or is it the cover stock, or what is it? So I kind of wanted to kind of use this ball as kind of a little bit of a difference to see how much cleaner this ball will be than necessarily the Journey will be. So
starting the same spot with the Hustle Rip?
Yeah, same spot. Predicting this thing will go quite a bit longer. I think it's going to recover, but we'll see. Exactly what I thought.
So first thoughts?
A lot cleaner.
A lot cleaner, yeah.
Completely different type of ball.
Yeah.
So their layout the same, very similar, I should say. But you can see the weakness of that cover stock. Even though it's a solid cover, it's still way cleaner and gets the ball way further down the lane than the Journey and the Zen does. So for me, this ball is for when they're just beat up. There's hardly any oil. This is going to be the last end part of the bag. The Journey's going to fit more in the middle, but I kind of want to see two balls with a similar RG kind of go head to head with each other.
Sure. Do you want to throw the Hustle again, or?
Yeah, we'll throw the Hustle one more time.
Last shot, and then we'll get you a final review?
Yeah. So move a little 5 right. Put hand up the back of it. Okay. Ultra clean.
So maybe switch back to the Journey one shot, and then we'll get your final review?
Yes, sir. Yeah. We'll wait for John.
I love the hat.
I know, it's amazing. All right.
So, final review on the Journey. Who do you think it's for? Who do you think it's not for? Does it make the nuts category or just fire? It seems like you definitely like it.
So, when you don't miss with the ball for that many shots in a row, you can't really put it any lower than fire.
Yeah.
So we'll go with fire on this one. It's the first BELMO ball I've actually liked.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go out and kind of put myself on the window, on the
ledge.
A little bit of the ledge here. I wasn't a fan of the BELMO balls. I mean, the closest one for me was the Timeless. And I didn't get to drill a Trend 2, which was one I was really looking forward to drilling. But I really like this one. I think that this one has a place in the bag for a lot of different people. I think that it has a little bit of a uniqueness to it. It's cleaner in the front than I was expecting, but it's more in the mid lane than I was expecting. So a little bit of a very unique type of bowling ball for me. It's going to fit right in the middle, right when the lanes are starting to get kind of beat up and I'm moving left. I think the style that this ball will be good for, going to be for moderate to lower end ball speed players that need something they can go around the lane a little bit more with.
Okay.
Somebody with like a medium rev rate that's going to have medium speed, higher rev rate, medium speed ball. People like that will probably really like this way this ball rolls for them.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Kyle.
You got it.
All right, Mr. Myers. This is the BELMO ball, the two-handed ball. We got our two-hander. Let's get lined up with it. See what you think. start. So what's your first thoughts on this ball?
I really like this one.
Yeah.
It's been probably my favorite one that we drilled in a long time. Reminds me a lot of like the old T-Road Pearl and like a high road.
Okay. Now, have you thrown many other BELMO balls?
I threw a Timeless that I'm still waiting for it to hook. And I threw a Fate for a little bit. I like that one. And a little bit of a Trend 2, but then I ended up trading it in, so.
Okay. 3 for 3, you definitely like this one.
Definitely.
So if you were testing a ball out, would you go further right and harder right now, or would you go left and softer to really kind of test it?
Probably left and softer and see when it kind of quits getting through the front of the lane and around the corner.
Let's try that. Let's see what it does.
Okay.
How many left are you moving?
We'll go like a zone, so like 5 and 2.
Okay. How far left are you moving?
We're gonna go a zone, so I'll have like 5 and 2 or 5 and 3.
Okay. I would assume you got to get a little softer.
A little softer with the speed.
Still shape's pretty good.
This one's pretty good.
Maybe one more from there. You want to try and go even further left and see?
Yeah, we'll go another 3. See what happens.
All right. So why don't we try going even another few left? You think, or
probably we'll go 3.
Okay.
See what it does. Try and get a little slower. Oh, it's a little left.
Ooh. Still clearly wanting to hook.
Yeah, it's still make it back from there.
So you're definitely liking this ball. Looks like it's giving you some area. What are you comparing to today?
I brought a TNT Infused and a clone.
Okay. Let's take a look at these real quick.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what you're comparing to today. We got TNT Infused, pretty tall pin. Do you know about how far that pin is from your PAP, or talk to Derek?
About 4.5.
Okay. Okay, so all of them are pretty close. Yeah. What are we trying out first?
We'll go the clone first. So we'll go back to where it was originally with the first couple shots.
First thoughts?
Definitely a little earlier and a lot more rounded of a shape.
The clone was?
Yeah.
Okay.
That journey is a lot cleaner in the front of the lane.
Okay. Throw that clone one more time. Same spot?
Yeah, we'll go one left.
Okay.
Get a little softer with it. Tried the flat 10, still struck though.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be a little lazier getting that 10 out.
Yeah.
Okay. So you definitely have the clone just a little earlier, a little smoother. You would maybe use it earlier in the block?
Yeah, definitely. So we actually bowled a tournament yesterday, and I started with a clone and then got into the journey later in the block, about game 3 or 4.
Okay.
So.
All right, and now we'll try the TNT Infused.
The Infused, yeah. So we'll go back to where we started with that journey again.
Okay. First thoughts?
Definitely a lot sharper down lane, and I would have thought that journey is a lot more rounded.
Okay.
This Infused seems like it reads the lane a little bit earlier than the journey and continues a little more.
Okay.
But
all right. Just throwing this one in the same spot, or moving?
we're gonna move like 3 left off of that.
Okay.
4-7.
So didn't overhook that time, but
no,
didn't quite get through the pins quite as strong as the journey.
Yeah, definitely the journey continues a lot more than that ball, in my opinion. It's cleaner in the front of the lane, so it probably stores a little bit more energy. But I can see this like Infused being good when you have to blend the lane a little bit more, and then getting into the journey when you move left and have to shape it.
All right, last one with the journey here. Same spot as before. Oof. With the 9-pin messenger. So Mark, final rating on this BELMO ball. Is it you think it's the best BELMO ball yet? And
Without a doubt, the best BELMO ball yet.
who should be looking for it? And is there anybody that maybe should avoid it?
Higher rev rates, and if you have the lower to mid-level ball speed, will really love this ball. Higher rev rate, higher ball speed, probably hit a little bit of surface before you throw it, but it's still a shape that I haven't seen in a really long time. So it's going to be special. This ball's the nut for me. So
nuts. Okay.
Keep it going.
Cool. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Well, Derek, BELMO's new journey. You ready to test it out?
Again, let's check it out.
Yeah, let's get lined up with it and compare it to what you got today.
I've not thrown a single shot on this lane, so I'll kind of walk you through the same thing, kind of like normal. Big dot, look at 10. Throw it really bad and get lucky.
Pretty good guess?
No, that was really bad. I'll move probably 2 or 3 to the right, left, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
We'll throw a better one.
Got it.
That's better.
Ooh.
That's pretty dang good.
Yeah, that one was a little crispy.
Yeah,
so
not
you
bad.
feel like you're lined up, ready to throw a few shots?
Yeah, we're good. That did not take long.
Okay, sounds good. And just let us know along the way if you miss left, miss right, or what what your initial thoughts are off your hand.
Cool. So I went with a little bit of a shorter pin on this one because I tend to struggle with the shiny stuff. So tried to give it a little extra to try and make it hook. It's pretty good again. Maybe a little slow. Wow. Okay. This ball rolls really good. So I've been throwing this one for a week or so now and can't really put it down. I've thrown it with shine. I just took the shine off of it to help it hook just a little bit sooner. And no matter what I do, it just hits the pocket and typically strikes every time. I'm liking it a lot.
Okay,
we'll throw a couple more. Little right, fast. Oh my, this ball's making me look really good.
Do you feel like you could have, you're fairly high ball speed, do you feel like you could have kept it shiny, or do you feel like you definitely need to keep it dull to keep it more applicable for your style?
I think it depends upon where you bowl. So I've thrown it here and also at Union Hills that's much higher friction. Shined over there was great. It was fantastic. But over here I needed to hit it with like a old 3000 just to get the shine to go away to have a chance this afternoon in the pink slip. Otherwise they'd probably beat me down pretty good. It won't hook, but
Sounds
we're good now.
Let's see a couple more in that same spot. Let us know if they're going where you want them to go or if you're missing it all.
Me, I never miss. I'm left-handed. I split boards. Pretty good again. Sheesh. This thing's nasty.
So maybe looks pretty good there. You want to try going left and harder or right and slower?
We'll go right and slower.
Right and slower? Okay.
That's where you're going to get more value out of this, not squaring up and throwing it hard.
Sure.
This is the ball to open up the lane. So let's do that. I'll go back to where I started before I got lined in. So we'll make like a 3-and-1. Yeah, like that. That was pretty good. Yeah, that makes sense.
How much did you move, by the way, on that one?
That was 3.
Okay.
So not bad. You can see it got down the lane a little more than I wanted it to, which is why it wrapped 7.
Yep.
I would say probably just one back, right, left, and it'll probably be all right.
Okay, cool. We'll throw one more in there, and then we'll compare to the other stuff.
I'll go 2 more, see if I can slow it down a little bit more, and shoot my spare. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Ooh.
They're just too fresh to throw it.
Yeah. So let's take a look. What are we comparing to today?
So the first one we'll go to is a virtual energy blackout. This one, obviously asymmetric, it'll just kind of dig a little bit harder.
Yep.
And a Game Breaker 4 Hybrid, which is like my super clean, really get in, kind of get around it ball, which is kind of like the step under a Journey in my opinion.
Okay, cool.
So
It sounds like you're anticipating the Blackout to be your shiny ball above it and your Game Breaker your shiny ball below it.
exactly.
Okay, let's take a look.
Super strong layout on
Starting
this one.
in the same exact spot?
I will start where I was lined up with the Journey. So I'm gonna guess probably a little too far left. That actually wasn't half bad.
Yeah.
You can see that one got down the lane a little bit better because it was a little lane shine rather than that fresh surface, but still really smooth off the spot, where the Journey kind of picks up and is a little harder, at least for me.
Okay. So Journey you felt like was a little harder off the spot.
Yeah. For sure. And that could just be pin distance.
Sure.
That one's a 4-inch pin in comparison to this one's probably like 4 3/4 or so.
Okay. And this one's also ASIM as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is 2 right. Yeah, same thing. They're just a little too fresh for me to get my shiny balls going.
Right.
Per usual.
Yeah.
But we're close. We'll go one back left.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I hit that one a little extra. I gave that one a little more, just to make sure it got around it. But I have these really, really similar. For me, the Virtual Energy is just a little bit longer.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
All right, let's go to a Game Breaker 4 Hybrid. Yeah, you can see that one's just a little weaker. Got there, I got a little lucky, but much cleaner than the other two. That one went forever.
Right.
Which, that's the purpose of it. Long pin, still a little shiny. That one's just much cleaner.
Yeah. That one definitely, the other two were definitely 10 straight back. That one was a little bit more half pocket.
Exactly.
So what would you typically move off of that? One,
for me,
two?
just one.
One? Anything with your eyes or?
Oh, that's terrible. Shouldn't even count that. That's no good.
There's the legend right there, Mr. Conaway. The big
got a
pimpin'
cool
hat. All right, you want to try to move right and go slower with that Game Breaker so we can see what that looks like?
This is the same spot I was lined up pretty much with both balls when I made the move right. That is no good.
So that one even looked even a little slower and longer.
Way to the left.
Yeah.
Just no good.
So what's your final rating on this new Journey BELMO ball?
For me, I've got to give it fire. I've been throwing it for a while. Can't really put it down when there's friction. It's pretty much the go-to piece out of my bag.
Okay.
A lot of people are saying, is it like a Phase 2 Pearl because it's got the same core, right? I think it's the same core. For me, I wasn't huge on the Phase 2. I'm probably the only person on planet Earth. But this one with a little extra length, I kind of see like what people see out of the Phase 2. So I can't put it down.
Okay.
It's really good.
Do you think this is a ball that's for all styles or just specific styles?
All styles for sure. Just the same thing. Keep your surfaces in the right place for the right bowler.
Okay.
And there's absolutely value to this thing, especially when you start opening up the lane.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Derek.